Whoa, man.
Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here on Beauty and the Beast. Yesterday, we had the beauty, and, well, we have... How you doing, my man? Philly 500.
Mark, it's eggnog time, yo.
Yeah, well, you know what, man?
How you doing, buddy?
You're Santa Claus, dude, man. I want to throw snowballs at that motherfucker. So
he delivers, man. He delivers. What are you talking about?
Jeez, I would have rather a lump of coal, man, or something. So, Philly, you know, my team, we're supposedly playing to win this week, but, you know, against the New York stinking Giants, but we can kind of kick back and relax. How about your team?
We got a big game this Sunday, and we got to play them stinking Redskins. But the thing with us is we need help. We need help from the Chicago Bears. They got to beat the Vikings. The Bears. And if the Bears can beat the Vikings and the Eagles can beat the Redskins, which I guarantee the Eagles will beat the Redskins. Don't worry about that. The question is the Bears.
If you can't beat that dumpster fire, that hot garbage, that stank over there at FedEx Field right now, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
No, not at all. I mean, look, that would be the ultimate choke job ever. To go beat the Rams, then to go beat Texans, and then to go in and lose to the Redskins the way they are right now, that would be bad. I mean,
Callahan, a guy who they never should have let go, you know, he wants to get out of their coach, offensive line coach and stuff. You had Swearinger, who, perfect name for him, because he's always swearing at everybody in the Redskins. You know, and it's just like they are. And I'm beginning to think it's karma is just coming back to bite those guys, because they're awful.
Yeah, they are awful. I mean, and that organization's been awful for a long time. Long time. And we should take care of business. We should beat them. No problem.
Well, and the Bears, you know, they got something to play for because they have an opportunity to get home field. So they might be looking to go ahead and kick some butt. And then, of course, the Eagles, they're playing for their playoff lives. So it's going to be interesting. It'll definitely be an edge-of-your-seat game. So I see Nick Foles is the second coming of Joe Montana, and all of Eagle Nation is happy as can be.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Foles. I mean, you got to love what Nick Foles did with the Rams, what he did last week, what he did in the Super Bowl last year. Foles has been great. He's a clutch guy. It's December, St. Nick. He's delivering. And look, I believe he'll get the job done again. I definitely do.
Well, it's a good thing they got that bum out of there and got Nick Foles back in.
What bum?
Carson Wentz.
What do you mean? Come on. Carson Wentz is an elite franchise quarterback. Carson Wentz is the future.
Here we go with the future. The Wentz defender here. Okay.
I am
come on, listen,
bona fide
Wentz
man.
Listen, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm looking on the outside looking in because you got to look at all of the great quarterbacks that have been in the Philadelphia organization. You know, the Ron Jaworskis, the Randall Cunninghams, the Donovan McNabbs. Nick Foles did something that none of those guys could do.
He did.
He ended up killing all the ringless wonder jokes.
Yeah, he did a great job. And I love Nick Foles, and he will be a legend forever because of it. Right. But without Carson Wentz, there is no Nick Foles. Carson Wentz set him up perfectly with home field advantage, got him to the playoffs, put him in a position to go and win. Nick Foles took care of business. Nick Foles is a stud. I love Nick Foles. He's got ice in his veins. There's a lot I think that Carson can learn from Nick Foles. I look at Nick Foles as a legend. He's secure. He could go do it again. But when we look at the future, it's Carson Wentz. And that's just not coming from Philly 500 King Dingbat. That's pretty much what the Eagles have said over and over and over again. This is just the fact. I love Nick Foles. I love Carson Wentz.
I don't want to. You don't have to choose. I don't want to go into the offseason yet because it's not the offseason yet for you. I mean, this game is due. It may be on Sunday, but with Nick Foles, I mean, he kind of said that, maybe this is my last goodbyes after that game this week, and I think he's singing that he wants to go someplace else.
Yeah.
Do you let him go?
Yeah, because he's I think he's $20 million against the cap next year if they keep him. So they're not going to have him on the bench with $20 million with a cap hit $20 million. And they've said over and over again, this is not just me. The Eagles have said that Carson's the future. So I don't think Nick will be back. I think Nick Foles even knows it. And I hope he gives us one more run. I hope he goes back and wins another one. If he wins another one, then I'm sure it's a whole new ballgame. But I think Nick Foles is probably in his last year with the Eagles. Yeah.
Well, here in Big D, we've got, issues with our quarterback, and everybody figures he's a bum. And, if there's a way to get Tony Romo out the booth, we should get him back and so on. Are you having any concerns about Carson Wentz's durability? Because, we had a quarterback who could play great at times, but seemed to be always leaving body parts on the field, a rib, a shoulder, a back, and things like that. And Carson seems to be having, getting a little nicked up here early in his career. Isn't this the time?
I think it's a fair concern. I think it's fair to be concerned about his durability. I won't go say he's injury prone yet, just because I know the nature of that ACL injury coming back. Guys tend to get other injuries and things like that tend to happen the first year. Now, if he goes through next year and he's banged up and injured, then I'm going to be very, very concerned. But I think it's a fair criticism, and it's something that's fair to say, hey, can this guy stay healthy? I think that's fair, definitely.
So you got no problem with them doing a franchise quarterback signing with him then, huh?
No, they've invested too much into him, and I'm a big believer in Carson. I think when it's all said and done, I believe Carson will win 2 or 3 titles for the Eagles, and that's not including this one. That's Nick's. I believe Carson can do it. Yes, I believe. I'm a Carson.
He's
my favorite player in the league.
What you got in that eggnog?
I got sugar and eggs and whipped cream, and
you must have some moonshine in there or something.
Man, that's so good. That's so good. I have been drinking it a lot, though.
Okay, well, are you going to be live streaming during the game there?
Yeah, I will be live streaming during the Eagles game. I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get 2 TVs so I can have the Bears game on at the same time, but I definitely will be streaming that Eagles game.
Well, see, I learned a solution for that one for me. I'm fortunate enough that we've got a great sports bar called Lucky's that's just down the street from me. And this is the kicker from them. They're really, really nice. We got Rebecca, the waitress there, who's fantastic and stuff. Got great Wi-Fi, got all the TVs and stuff. But here is the biggest bonus that they have at Lucky's. The owner is Marcus Patton, former Washington Redskin linebacker.
Oh, okay.
So there's nothing better than putting about 70, 80 Cowboy fans in there with the Cowboys going into the playoffs.
You have to torture that guy.
And it really is, because he keeps seeing blue and green. It's one of those ones that I absolutely hate the Dallas Cowboys, but damn, I'm making so much money from So we love tormenting him and things. But, I got to be honest, though. I've been sitting here, I asked my fans, who would you rather see in the playoffs make it, the Eagles or the Vikings? Now, basically, we wouldn't play you guys until later on if that were the case. But I don't know if I want to play you a third time this year.
I think if the Eagles sneak in, they're the most dangerous team in the NFC, because they've coming off. It's a team that won a Super Bowl before. They know how to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And let's say the Eagles play the Bears first, right? Which is most likely the matchup they would have. Mm-hmm. I think that's a perfect situation for the Eagles to play a young team that has a quarterback that's never been tested in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You're a Super Bowl champion. You're on a roll. I think the Eagles could do damage if they get in. Especially, I trust Nick back there. And, I think the Eagles would be dangerous.
Okay.
If I was a Cowboy, I wouldn't want to play the Eagles again. I'd rather play Minnesota.
All right, so let me ask you this one. What team do you think will be in the Super Bowl this year?
I think it's going to be the Chargers and the Saints. Breeze versus old team, the Chargers.
You know what? Here's what's interesting to me. And looking at what's transpired in the season. About 5 weeks ago, everybody was looking at the Rams, the Saints, the Chargers, these high-flying offenses that have been just lighting up the scoreboard. And they've been saying, you can't keep up with those guys. Mm-hmm. But you all of a sudden start looking now, defense is coming back around.
Yeah.
You look at the Rams, all of a sudden, Jared Goff is not playing that well.
Yeah.
And their defense isn't that good. You looked at Chicago, laid the wood to them. You looked at Baltimore getting San Diego. You looked at us getting the Saints defense, as much as everybody loves, chicks dig the deep ball.
Right.
That defense is beginning to come back around.
Yeah,
a long running game.
Yeah,
So I
agree.
look at the Saints. The Saints don't appear to me to be the same team. I'm actually going to watch the game after I get finished with you. But the Saints don't appear to be as good as they were.
Yeah, they're not as dominant as they were earlier in the year. But to me, the big thing with the Saints is you get them at home in the playoffs. I just think that's such a tough place to play. Mm-hmm. That's their big advantage. If they were on the road, I would say no. But the fact that they got home field, I think is going to probably give them an advantage.
Mercedes-Benz Superdome. That place it's something in there.
Yeah.
It's old as
that's
can
the
be.
only reason. That's the only reason I'm going with them. Because if I had to put money on it, hopefully, I hope it's my team. I hope we get in and we go on a Cinderella, script. But
well, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think I'm going to throw up. But congratulations are in order. You've now gone over 10,000.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Hey, we need to talk one thing though. Do your people know about the Eagles' good luck charm? Why the Eagles are winning?
Oh, you know what, dude? Read between the lines. You see it? Read between the.
I see it.
Read between the lines, man. No. Don't tar and feather me.
All right, I will wait. We'll see if we get in.
Oh God. I hope that's not the case. See, and
it is.
I'm going to tell you. Here's the reason why you guys won that freaking Super Bowl last year. Because that draft was in Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. Joe Boo was in Philadelphia. And I don't know if you didn't go to the draft, did you?
No.
Okay, so they had, of course, the art museum and stuff, that whole thing set up. And then everything around it was all, booths and, NFL experience, things like that. Well, there was this tent with the Eagle cheerleaders there. And the Eagle cheerleaders really liked Joe Boo. Oh.
Joe Boo, huh?
So they were, held on to Joe Boo and giving him little kisses here and there. I don't know if he ended up getting that eagle stank eye or something. Uh-oh. And sent a little mojo that way. I don't know.
So it's Joe Boo last year, and this year it's Mark Holmes.
Read between the lines. Read between the lines. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. Cowboys fans told me to get rid of that thing. How dare you have something else from another team in your man cave? So I said, let me give it to him after I wipe my ass. So
what a nice guy. He sends it to me, and guess what? The Eagles start winning every week. He said, Mark, this is the good luck charm. You have sent it to us. And we haven't lost since. Thank you, Mark.
Well, as always, friends.
You'll be at the Eagles parade this year, right? I mean, Well,
as always, friends, I'm Mark Holmes with
Philly 500.
The Dingback. Please subscribe to him and troll his ass when they lose.
I'll
see you guys soon.